Hello, my name is Akon Dang, and today we'll be talking about how food affects our mental health. Whether it be breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or just snacking in between, the food that we take in greatly impacts how our bodies function and regulate itself. But have you ever thought about how it also can affect our mental health? Before we can begin this topic, let's start talking about what mental health is. Mental health describes the emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we feel, think, and act. Mental health also includes disorders like depression and anxiety. As of late, there's been a lot of research on mental health and how it affects our daily activities, our daily motivation to do things, and how we function as a whole mentally. But there's also been studies linked to how food impacts our mental health. Let's talk about the impact of food. Just like a car needs fuel, our bodies need food to provide us with the energy and nutrients we need to do the same. And within food, we receive a lot of carbohydrates, sugars, proteins, as well as electrolytes. Within these things, they also can aid in how our mind is affected. For example, with a balanced diet provides us with an intake of vitamins, nutrients, and minerals to aid in the brain and bodily function. The nutrients we intake help in the brain regulating sleep, mood, emotions. And within a balanced diet, your body is more apt to regulate itself because it's receiving all the important nutrients that it should: vegetables, vitamins, less unrefined sugars, and less processed foods. For example, in the Health Harvard study, it describes the Mediterranean and Japanese diet to be that of having lower risk than the Western diet because they're less unrefined sugars and less unprocessed foods. And with this, it creates a good probiotic for your body. That way, you're getting good bacteria and all your diet is pretty much clean. And in that sense, you're eating really healthy. Your mind is able to cleanse itself and you'll have a less likelihood of being at risk for depression or just experiencing depression in general. Other examples of balanced diets are a diet that consists of complex sugars and more protein. And these help in aiding in a lower risk for anxiety because that way your body receives more serotonin, and serotonin provides your body with more calming effect. It aids in the reception of pain. It's a mood regulator. It's an emotion regulator. And this all basically helps in treatment for anxiety. But on the other hand, an unbalanced diet can have a drastic side effect on how your brain regulates itself. Diets high in refined sugars have been linked to impaired brain function and have worsening symptoms of mood disorders such as depression. And this all makes sense because if your brain is deprived of good quality nutrients, it damages the inflammatory cells circulating within the brain and damages the brain tissue. And this further damages how your brain functions and regulates itself. To conclude, now that we know that food can have a great impact on how our mind functions, as well as our dietary intake can affect how our mind improves, now let's start looking at ourselves and our own diets and think about how what we eat greatly affects us in our personal lives. And we can think about ways, if we're not eating so right, we can think about ways to improve that. The next time you go to eat a snack, think about how you can improve that snack and be better for the mind and not just the body.